I'm Richie and welcome to Helix Cloud Games, and this is SideQuest, the show where we take a step off the critical path and explore more of what the video game world has to offer. On this week's show, I'm joined by the host of Sound Stadia podcast, Mr. Chris.
Hello, Achievement Hunters.
And as Chris has just alluded to, today we're talking about achievements. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon for notifications when all of our great content goes live, such as the Sounds of Stadia podcast, every single Monday on YouTube and podcast services, and our live streams, which every single Thursday, and most recently we have been playing Life is Strange: True Colours. We did a double bill of that actually. We did a Thursday and Friday,
back to back.
And by the time you listen to this, we might have even done episode 3. But if you want to support the channel even more, you can by becoming a member for as little as 99p, which gives you early access to SideQuest, as long as exclusive emojis, a Stadia controller next to your name in the YouTube chat and other things. And if you want to help out is even more, you've got an idea of a topic or question you want to ask us, you can hop into our Discord. The link is in the description below. But there is one more thing. We are planning our 2nd year anniversary stream. We are doing it for charity, and we're doing it for Alzheimer's. So if you want to support us on that, more details about when the stream will go live will come soon. But you can head over to justgiving.com/Helix Cloud Games right now to start supporting. And we'd just like a massively thank you for anyone who has supported already.
Yeah, certainly. I just want to point out again the charity thing. It's very near and dear to probably show a lot of our viewers and listeners out there. It impacts a lot of people. There's thousands upon thousands of people every day diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia. And we're trying to raise money and just look hopefully one day to find a cure. As we live longer, as society grows older together, it's going to become more and more prevalent, and it's a very worthwhile cause. And yeah, like Richie said, justgiving.com/Helix Cloud Games. We're doing a full day of streaming for our anniversary, but we wanted to give back in some way, shape or form, and we're doing that in support of the Alzheimer's Society as well. So links in the description, no doubt. If you can support us or just show up on the day, it'd mean a lot, and we can't look forward more to basically hoping to raise some money for a much needed cause.
Yeah.
But with all that said,
let's get into it. So we're talking about achievements. So recently, it's actually been a topic that we've been putting off for a little while to talk about, but I felt now is a good idea because both Wavebreak and Ark have no achievements.
Yeah, which I only found out like a week or so ago. As a big trophy hunter over on PlayStation, Stadia has yet to get its claws in me when it comes to 100% completion. You'll know, Richie, from watching me play things like Avengers. I'm very meticulous and particular about how I like certain things when it comes to layouts and stuff. And just like trophies on PlayStation, part of me just wants to get that full 100% achievement. When it comes to achievements on Stadia, though, there's a couple of things that are very weird and odd choices that they've not really improved or changed in nearly 2 years of the platform existing now. It's very much the same vanilla experience you got day one. And it was just kind of highlighted by, I think on Twitter I saw, it was probably our friend JP over at StadiaHunters.com. Which, if you are a big achievement hunter, shout out to Stadia Hunters. There's an app to download from the Android store. There's the website to go to where you can essentially track everything, just like people do on PlayStation trophies and Xbox achievements websites. Great site. However, I did not know until Ark came out, and it was highlighted that both Ark Survival Evolved and Wavebreak do not have achievements, full stop. Which kind of led me to this topic of, what the hell?
Yeah,
why not? And in hindsight, after 2 years, actually, yeah, Stadia should probably do some updates to achievements, because as they stand, they mean nothing to a lot of players out there, I'd imagine.
I've got a challenge for you to start, actually. How do you, without looking this up, how do you find your trophies or achievements on Stadia?
Oh, I mean, that's a question in its own right. Oh, God, you've got to click your name or your logo, I believe, and then I don't know, because they're it's not on the main screen. Oh, I'm on the right, and then somewhere there it says achievements. There's a little trophy icon, I think.
So it is slightly easier than it used to be, but still not obvious. So
what's the route?
On the homepage, on the Stadia homepage, I haven't checked. I don't know how to do it in game, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't even know if you can. On the homepage, you click your like little avatar icon, which is still just the standard Google ones that came out at launch, but another side quest topic for another day, and then you click on that again once the little like menu comes up to go into your profile, and then you can see your games with all the achievements.
Right. So, but in essence, it's convoluted as shit, and it should be simpler.
It's not intuitive at all.
No. So, yeah. So step one, just we've said it a few times before, but on the main screen, you've got these three icons down here.
Yeah.
Make a little gap. Add the trophy into there for achievements.
For audio listeners, Chris just held up his phone to the camera with the Stadia app open. But it's the same thing if you're doing it on the Chrome browser. Just have it where you've got home and store in the top corner. Just have achievements.
So, as a follow-up to that then, is there any way of accessing your achievements on Chromecast? Because I know when the achievements pop, you can kind of hit the Stadia button and it takes you to like a little sidebar which shows your current achievement. But I don't believe there's a way of actually looking at the full list and scrolling through them on Chromecast.
Yeah, I don't think so. And well,
just like you can't access the store either, still to this day.
You've just mentioned
another
thing that I still don't understand is like on any other platform, you can look up your achievements while you're playing that game. On Stadia, you can only see recent achievements that you've already done. So you can't
like the last few.
Yeah, and like I know I'm very familiar with the Sony platform, so you press the PlayStation button, your sidebar or bottom bar, depending whether it's 4 or 5, come up, and you go along to your trophies, and there's the trophies for that game. It's quite intuitive. That doesn't exist on Stadia yet.
Yeah,
that doesn't feel
one,
like
accessibility is non-existent. Yeah. At the end of the day, the coding is there. Yeah. It just needs to be made more accessible.
It's a UI tweak. That's what we're talking about there, in this aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree with that one. So UI accessibility could do with an overhaul. Quite simply, it just easier access to make things better. That's one thing. I think the next big thing, which is highlighted from both Ark and Wavebreak, which actually now I'm thinking of it, when you go into the Achievements app, Ark Survival Evolved is there. It just doesn't have if you click on it, nothing happens. If there's
literally no achievements attached to that game. None.
Which is crazy. Right?
Yeah, like outside of Nintendo, I can't think of any platform that would allow a game to come with no achievements.
Well, PlayStation and Sony made it mandatory, I believe, some point in the later PS3 days, that if you were publishing a game on their platform, it had to have a trophy list. Yeah. And I'd imagine same now goes for Microsoft and Xbox, and I'd imagine Steam to some degree as well. But yeah, it's odd that games... I remember, games that have trophy lists on other platforms. Wavebreak on PlayStation has trophies. Ark on Microsoft has Xbox achievements.
Yeah.
But on Stadia, it's like, is it just another job that the devs were like, we're not forced to, so why waste time coding for it?
It's hard to know with something like the UI, because you remember the whole search bar stuff, how long it took us to get a search bar.
So long, yeah.
And even then, I think the implementation isn't fantastic.
It's still not really...
It's okay, it works, but...
It's on the app now, though, isn't it, at least?
Yeah, but it's one of them, it's like, it just feels like it should just be a UI upgrade, and do you not have a team working on the UI for Stadia? Like, because the UI is still fairly bare bones. As we mentioned, you can't access the store on Chromecast.
So in terms of what you said there about UI, that brings to a point. So like where my place of work, we have a planning tool where we do all of our scheduling, and we put in like what our work is for the month ahead, essentially. So people know, our bosses know where we're at. That the individual, it's one guy who does that every single, like that's his part of his job role, is to work on the UI. And every month, it's quite a new tool. We send him pros and cons, and essentially he takes all that feedback and he works on it, and he implements change on a monthly basis to our planner. He adds things in, he makes amendments where it's possible, and like he does that regular basis. You're totally right in saying there surely is somebody at the Google Stadia team whose part of their job role is the Stadia UI and interface. And what is he doing day in, day out, Monday to Friday, as part of his job? Because the updates that we've had trickled out have been far and few between for nearly 2 years now.
And there's You're right. There's been few and far between on what updates we've received, but there've also not been any really massive change. To be honest, I think the search bar has been the biggest change, and that's putting a search bar. You Google, it's a search bar.
Well, we know, we know the irony, and the journalists' websites picked up on that, didn't they? And rightly so, because it is laughable that it took so long. But it just seems, is there not a team who take all the feedback? Because we've seen when you tweet at them and say, I know Jem, our friend Jem, constantly tweets at them saying, "Got an idea for Stadia? Can we do this?" And they say, "Oh, great idea. We'll take the feedback on."
Yeah.
And then there's just nothing seems to come to fruition in like a timely manner. Like, people can update websites in the blink of an eye now. Like Dan, our friend at Stadia Source, he tweaks that website and updates it on a regular basis. And if someone contacts and says, "Oh, Dan, Stadia Hunters, if this part of the website's broke, or for whatever reason it's glitching out," they'll get onto it and it'll probably be fixed by the end of the night. Yet this multi-million-pound company seems to take an absolute ice age to get around to actually tweaking simple things. So,
I mean,
to pull it back around to trophies...
Yeah.
I think it just, the Wavebreak and Arc should mandatorily, is that a word? Mandatorily?
It should be mandatory for them too.
Yeah, that's the better way of phrasing it. I'll work on my vocabulary UI. And get that fixed by the next show, I promise.
But let's go back into trophies, because that's what this episode's all about. And there's a few ideas I think you've had yourself that could actually be quite unique to Stadia, especially like one you mentioned is linking trophies to YouTube.
I know. So PlayStation, part of their PS5 kind of their showcase leading up to the launch of the new console was the hints and tips. So when you get stuck on a particular achievement, you hit the PlayStation button and it shows you a link to a little clip of footage of how to unlock that trophy. So if you're looking for, maybe it's like Assassin's Creed and you're looking to collect feathers on a map and you can't figure out where it is, rather than open up a separate device and go and look at a guide, you would hit the Stadia button essentially, look at the achievement where it says collect all 20 feathers, and you click on that and it would take you to a YouTube video showing you basically a virtual YouTube walkthrough of that, and you can watch the video, you watch the clip that shows you exactly where it's at, and you go, oh great, you go back into the game, you get collect the feather that you need to, and then continue with your playthrough without having to leave the app. The PlayStation have implemented to some degree. It works better in other games. It worked really good in Ratchet and Clank. It works in what am I playing now? I can't think what I'm playing now. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has a couple of tips pop up, and it's all in line with like the mission flow that you're doing, and it works okay. It's not great, but again, Stadia in YouTube, I use YouTube channels for my kind of walkthrough guides of how to find collectibles and missions stuffs. YouTube is owned by Google, so they should be able to implement that. I wouldn't put it as a priority, but it should be something that they're working towards, helping that integration, that cross-pollination across platforms they own.
If I'm working on, like, okay, I'm the guy, we're going to overhaul trophies and Stadia, I would put that in as a thing that we could do. It's like, even if it's just initially, it's just going to be a YouTube search. It's just going to be by default to that game, that trophy, in a search. And then it has pop in. You can watch it in the same window. Mm-hmm. So especially if you're playing on Chromecast, you can go, okay, I want to find this achievement. You just click an achievement. You go search for hints or whatever they want to call it, and then bang, a YouTube window pops up. And you can, with the search, and you can scroll through and pick one, watch it, and go back into the game.
We do have, of course, the assistant button, which gets used for practically nothing.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
To say you can't hit that, and it says, "How can I help?" And you literally say, I can't find the achievement. Like, you're obviously going to have to say certain keywords, but find achievement hidden feathers. And it'll say, here's the information I found on hidden feathers. And bring up a YouTube search of videos that links in with what you like. It takes the tag of the game, the trophy tag, and puts it into the search algorithm on YouTube to find the videos that are relevant to that particular thing.
Yeah, but they could even do like context stuff. So if you're playing like an Assassin's Creed game, you find these hidden feathers, you could just go hit the assistant button and go hidden feathers, and go, do you mean you're struggling to find the hidden feathers achievements? And go, yes, okay, here you go.
Again, I'd imagine that's a lot more coding from the developers to happen, but they do it on other platforms.
Well, they'd use Google's AI stuff to do that.
I mean,
it's more work, and it's something that could work towards. Doesn't necessarily have to be there right from the start.
Yeah. There's definitely things I would rather have beforehand, which we've got listed here.
Yeah, just take it to Stadia Hunters website.
Yeah, take you straight there. Find out your answer. There's a little one for me that's a little bit of a bugbear. So in my Marvel's Avengers game, I think I've got 44 out of 50 achievements. I'll just double check that if I remember how to get to the achievements. There you go, I've remembered it. Yeah, 44 out of 50. At the bottom of the game, there are hidden achievements.
Yep.
One hidden achievement. And I can't find out what that is in any way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Whereas in PlayStation, you go onto the hidden achievement, you press square, and it says reveal hidden information, and it tells you what you need to do to find it. Obviously, sometimes it's story-based, so spoilers, they're blocked out for good reasons.
That's usually the reason why the achievements are hidden, just to prevent spoilers.
But with the other ones, I know I've got to complete some more war zones. I've got to complete some more hive missions. I've got to complete some more cash strong boxes need to open. But then this last one, I don't know what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
So, like, how do I see that? So a simple thing, like, let me double tap to reveal the trophy.
So you'd
Double
have
tap,
to,
done.
You'd have to. I mean, you'd have to just do a search for the complete list of achievements, and then go through one by one and go, I've done that, until you find.
I'll go to an external website and find the list.
Well,
of
that
achievements
would have to be on an external website, because you'd have to go to an external website that has all the achievements listed as it as revealed. But
yeah. But then what am I doing? I'm then going to an external source to find out information on a game I'm playing on this platform, and yet I'm probably going to be looking at PlayStationTrophies.org to find
Stadia achievements.
Yeah, to find a Stadia achievement, which is just it's irony in itself. But the biggest thing I think I would love Google to implement, and they've already done it to some degree, is the Play Store credit.
Yeah.
Like, you buy games on Stadia and you get Play Store points to then re-spend on Stadia. Do that with your achievements. If I'm playing a game and getting essentially the Platinum Trophy or the Platinum Achievement, give me like £1, $2 for playing the game on this platform for so long. Like, I've put over 100 hours into Avengers. If I get the Platinum Achievement for that, and you give me like $2 or £1 back, and say thank you for spending over 100 hours in this game, here's £1, £2 as a reward for playing the game for so long on our platform, and then I will reinvest that back into the Google ecosystem by spending maybe £40 on another game. But because I'm getting £2 or £3 off from my achievements, I'm going to invest. Like, Richie, how many times have you spent money from the Play Store to pay for like a smaller indie title that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise bought, but because you've got £7 or something sat there in Play Store credits?
I don't get a lot of like a lot of the marketing rewards come through, just because you tend to get more the more you travel to different places and stuff. But I have bought a couple of games using just Play Store credit. Like,
I have a survey for those who don't know. By the way, download the Google Opinion Rewards app on your store, and like Richie said, if you travel, you get surveys like this one here, which is asking me about which of the following places have you recently visited. I went to the cinema, if you remember, Richie. I went and watched Shang-Chi. Yeah. So I hit next on that one. It asked me when I last visited the cinema. Friday. Tick that. I paid online. They're all the options that I get. Hit next. I paid by debit card. Do I have the receipt? No, I don't want to share my receipt. And then from that, I've just earned 31 pence.
Oh, yeah. And you've literally just done that survey, like, then.
Yeah, I've literally just on camera done that survey and 31 pence, which goes into my Play Store credits, which I can then spend on Stadia games. So do that, but for achievements. And then I'm just on a continuous loop.
Yeah, what I'd like is... I do like this idea. I'm not sure if they'd work it because then it's the financial reasons, but if they could work this into like a tier system for the trophy, so maybe you get 1 pence for a bronze, 10 pence for silver... 50 pence for gold, something to them sort of descriptions. So the harder the trophy is classified, the more you get rewarded for it. So if a bronze achievement, let's say 1 pence. So it's not a lot, but it could add up.
I mean, some games have like 15, 20 bronze trophies. So that's, it all adds. And the whole reward system, though, is the more you play, the more you get back. So the more people play Stadia, the more they've got free cash to reinvest in Stadia.
Well, that's it. Or even if it's not reinvested in Stadia, it's investing into Google's ecosystem some other way. Maybe you spend
Well-
it on the Play Store.
I mean, let's face it, Richie. They've just given me 31 pence for answering 4 simple questions about
Yeah.
what I did yesterday. It's a bit.
So surely, if
Like
you play 100 hours and 100% of the game, they can give you £1.
I mean, based on the stats, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd actually just while I'm here, I've used Google Play Rewards, Google Opinion Rewards, sorry, for so long now. If I look at my reward history, that's how much I've earned.
That's a decent amount. For audio listeners, it's over £100
£127
across like
rewards.
over 800 surveys.
Is that how
And
many
they-
surveys I've done?
Yes, it said.
Oh, yeah, 818 surveys. All of them only worth 31p. Oh, 44p yesterday. 20, 25, 20. Some only get you 6 pence.
Yeah.
But again,
6
if I'm playing
pence.
100 hours in Avengers on Stadia,
Yeah,
give me a quid or two, give me $1 or two, and I will respend them back on in the Google ecosystem. Whether it's for a movie, a TV show, a song, a YouTube subscription.
Well, I think the biggest thing for me that the achievements are like, barring the unintuitive way of finding them, and the fact that you can look at what achievements are hidden and stuff, and maybe incentivizing it is, well, it is incentivizing in ways, gamifying it a bit with like, if you think Sony do, when you if you 100% the game, you get that platinum trophy, you get that extra one, which goes towards your trophy level. Microsoft, you got your gamer score, so it's almost like you get these like kind of bragging right things, which are very much appreciated in trophy hunter circles. Like, if people are really into hunting for trophies, you do get people referring to, oh yeah, my PlayStation, my gamer score is this, or my trophy level's this. Mine's terrible, by the way.
Yeah, mine's again. I'm not that committed to it. Like there is
on
something
on
like-
Stadia, it's terrible. On Sony, it's still terrible for me. But
it's just like, yeah, it is bragging rights. Like I have over 110 platinum trophies on PlayStation, and that's one of them things that when I speak to new people at work and they say like, "Oh, you're a gamer," I'm like, "Yeah, I play on PlayStation. I've got this many." It is kind of thing where people go, "Oh, you really do play games because you've got almost like those bragging rights." And I don't do it as much as I used to, but yeah, if you look right now on the Stadia Hunters website, you've got leaderboards that are all up on there, and if you are this type of competitive person, Canadian Stadium is top of the leaderboard, followed by Plastic Boy, followed by JP Endeavour himself, who's up there in third place. And it goes down the list with loads of other people, and you can meet like-minded people who have this a thing, but it totally needs to be gamified, Richie. I need to see that competition. I need to see people tweet out about them. Like the Stadia Twitter account could tweet out and say like, "Oh, just Life is Strange just dropped last week. We've already got 20, 30 people who've finished the game 100%. You must have really loved the game." And yeah, I think gamifying it and making it just that more competitive. If you've got no way of really seeing these leaderboards, like how will you ever know? Like there's no incentive to create that competition. So again, just little things that could work on. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's great. But there's definitely a vast room for improvement when it comes to achievements. Like what are they even called?
They are achievements. They are officially achievements.
Literally called achievements.
Yeah, I know. Me and you occasionally refer to them as trophies because
Yeah, I
we're more
prefer
ingrained in the Sony ecosystem, and they do have a little trophy symbol.
Yeah.
But I actually haven't 100% as a single game on Stadia, and because I haven't really felt on a Sony game, I absolutely will go try to do it, but I just haven't really felt the draw to do it on Stadia. I think that shows like the ecosystem is it's bare bones. It's like there isn't a system there, but that's about all you can say about it.
Again, it goes back to like when you're playing, Richie. How are you going to access your achievements while like how do you often most play? Would you say in your own time, off camera? If you're on Stadia, where are you playing?
Usually, actually here, at my desk.
And
it's an odd thing is my new PC monitor is actually better than my TV.
But so again, I just don't think there's that ease of route to the achievements for you to care about them because they're not visually like other than when you pop one and it shows up.
It's just a thing that pops up while I'm playing a game.
They're not on the app. If you go into it, you can't see what else there is. And again, it's just little UI tweaks.
Yeah,
Maybe at least like a tier system or some kind of incentive reward. But I just think there's a lot of room for improvement. And I'd just like to see a refresh because we are genuinely coming up on 2 whole years now, and it's not changed that much since day one.
Yeah, it's one of them. If it's seen massive strides in other areas of the UI or things like that, I might be okay. Okay, this is just quite low on the priority list, but we're not really seeing anything significant step forward in anything really in Stadia at the moment. So things like this, where it's like, okay, it was bare bones when it first came out, but we're now 2 years in. It's like, did you just put the system in there because you felt you need to have this system and no one really cares about it? But the thing is, I think it could be a good system. We've already discussed some great ideas.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we should also comment on them. They did launch with an achievement system in place.
Yeah.
Like, let's face it, Nintendo still doesn't have anything like this. You got like in-game achievements for like the titles, but there's no like cross-the-board thing.
But that's clearly a global strategy that Nintendo have made. Yeah. They've made the decision we're not interested in trophies and achievements. Individual games can be. Some Nintendo games even have them built in, but just as a global thing for the Switch and consoles before, they're just not interested.
I tell you, dude, who does have a lot of achievements? Our fellow podcast show host Tom. I believe he got the quote-unquote platinum for Jedi Fallen Order and Sekiro in the space of like a week.
Yeah. I like the idea.
Tom's driven by that.
I'm a big fan of the platinum trophy because it's kind of, when someone goes, oh, if I'm talking to you about a PlayStation game, oh yeah, I was playing Life is Strange and I've got the platinum. You know what that means. You know that means I've done everything that is worth doing in that game.
Yeah, you played the shit out of that game. in essence, that's what you did. I'm trying to find Tom's. I'm on Stadia Hunters right now. I'm just trying to. I don't think there's a search bar in the way I can just like hunt down.
Should we pivot the side quest to a side quest for Stadia Hunters website?
Just find out. Yeah, why not? All the details are there, but there's just hundreds. Again, it's interesting to see like how many. Yeah. Just how many players are on Stadia and how many games they're playing, and the stats on this website. If you've not checked it out, ladies and gentlemen, it's great, Jedi, and just all the different names and all the familiar names popping up, and people who maybe aren't that vocal on the platform. There's so many people on there.
I have found a search bar, by the way.
See if you can find Tom.
I've found Tom.
I want to see how many platinums he's got. He's got more than us. I know he's got that.
Tom has got 710 achievements. He's level 38 on the. He's completed 5 games. He's world rank 82. That's not bad.
Hey, good going, Tom. At Adaxis LP. Or Adaxis on Twitter as well.
I'm going to see if I can find you.
No, don't.
Oh, I have to now.
No, you don't.
I don't know how up to date. I just went into leaderboards and it's there.
Is it?
Yeah. I can't find it.
Oh, right at the bottom. Yeah, right at the bottom. Okay. I don't know if you do have to, obviously.
Yeah.
No results found.
Right, so I'm level 23. I've got 298 achievements and 46 games played and none completed. I'm world ranked 471st.
Oh well, some work to do there, Richie. Yeah. Well to do there. But maybe we will try harder if there's more accessibility, if there's a tier system, if there's a reward system, if I can just reveal the hidden trophies achievements that I'm trying to search for. But yeah, other than that, I'd love people to know what their thoughts are on this. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are big achievement hunters on Xbox, have been in the past on PlayStation. And on Stadia, have they just not got their claws into yet? Let us know what improvements you'd like to see in the comments. Because, again, this is just our 2 takes. But I know a lot of people are passionate about this. And you can see by the leaderboards, there's a ton of people out there who are racking up achievements like nobody's business. What do you want to see change?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. And with that, that's all we have time for you this week. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon for notification when all our content goes live, such as the podcast, our live streams, our first looks, whatever we've got going on. Chris went up the Shard recently. That was an interesting video. That was something unique for our channel. If you want to support the channel again, 99p starting for our YouTube memberships gives you early access to side quests and all the emojis and all the stuff you'd want. If you do have a topic or you want to continue the discussion even further, hit us up in our Discord. There's links in the description, so where you can go to our Discord and let us know what you'd like to see in terms of achievements or trophies for Stadia. And with that, I've been Richie.
I've been Chris.
We've been here at South Games. Thank you very much for watching. Quest completed.
achievement unlocked.